Hey y'all, welcome to Math Rescue. I'm Andre and I make content to take away the stress of learning math. In this video, we're going to solve a radical equation step by step. I'll show you how to isolate the radical, eliminate it safely, and check your solution so you don't fall for extraneous answers. Let's talk about it. Alright, so we have three different equations here. One of these is a square root, another is a cube root. We can tell what they are by looking at the index. And one of them is a fourth root, so we'll just generally refer to that as a radical equation. But these are all radical equations. Let's start off with our square root here. So first thing I want to do is I want to isolate the radical. When I say radical, I'm talking about everything inside of this symbol, everything with the symbol. So I want to isolate that first. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take away 1 from both sides. We end up getting the square root of 5x minus 9 equals 5. Now that I've isolated the radical, what I want to do from here is I want to inverse the radical. So the opposite of a square root is squaring something. So I'm just going to go ahead and square both sides. The logic of whatever you do to one side, you do to the other still applies here. So we'll go ahead and take advantage of that. 5 squared gives me 25. And the whole point of me doing this was so that the square and the square root could cancel. So I'm actually just left with 5x minus 9. We're going to go ahead and continue here. So now this is just a nice linear kind of setup here. I'm going to add 9 to both sides. We get 5x equals 34. And then my last step, I'm going to divide both sides by 5. And so we get x equals 34 over 5. And that fraction can't be simplified. So I'll go ahead and I'll stop there. Our next one is a cube root. So same idea here. You want to start by isolating the radical. That's always got to be your first step. So first I will add 5 to both sides. We end up getting 3 times the cube root of 4x minus 1 equals 6. From here, I'm going to divide both sides by 3. That allows these to cancel. So my radical is now isolated. I have the cube root of 4x minus 1 equals 2. And to inverse a cube root, we want to cube both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and cube both sides. On my right-hand side, 2 times 2 times 2 makes 8. And on my left-hand side, the cube and the cube root cancel. So I'm just left with 4x minus 1. And now we have a nice linear setup again. So add 1 to both sides. We get 4x equals 9. And then divide both sides by 4. I get x equals 9 over 4. All right. Let me swap the spots for these. Let's see if I can easily do it. Sweet. Okay. So now we have our fourth root. So the same logic applies here. You want to isolate your radical, and then once your radical is isolated, you can take advantage of that to cancel out your radical. So I will start with subtracting 5 from both sides. We end up getting 1/2 times the fourth root of 8x plus 8 equals 2. From here, I'm going to multiply everything by 2 to cancel out the 1/2. And so our radical gets isolated at that point. We get the fourth root of 8x plus 8 equals 4. And I'm going to go ahead and cancel out the radical. So because we have a fourth root, we want to go ahead and take that to the fourth power. All right. So my so 4 to the fourth power is 256, and my fourth power and fourth root, they're going to cancel, leaving me with just 8x plus 8. And now again, I'm left with a nice linear setup. So we end up getting 8x equals 248. Divide both sides by 8. And we get our final answer, x equals 31. Alright. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to support the channel. I post videos regularly. My goal is to make you feel super confident in math. Alright, I'll see you in the next one.